Greetings, learners. My name is Miss Mkize, and I am the grade 10 life orientation teacher for today. Our lesson today is on the various study skills. While we will be focusing on just one study skill that could be beneficial and maximize your studying and how you internalize the information in which you get during a lesson. So, our first question is, how do you learn best? I feel that it is important as a learner to look at your individual attributes and how they help you to pass in those tests, in the exam, or in that assignment. Some people may be more visual when they are studying, and this means that they use different pictures or different graphs or different posters around their study room in order to remember and take in information. Some people are more into their audio, so maybe they might record a lesson in order to remember it and keep playing it over and over again. They might listen to ebooks or of their textbook so that they can remember what they heard, or they must just sit and listen in class so that they can remember what the teacher told them. Today, I will be focusing on or introducing the Cornell system for note-taking strategy for studying and learning. This system has 3 steps which will maximize the effectiveness of note-taking. The Cornell note-taking system is sometimes referred to as the do it right in the first place system, and it was brought about by Professor Walter Pork of Cornell University during the 1950s. The Cornell system for taking notes consists of 3 steps which aim at maximizing the effectiveness of note-taking for learners. The first step in the Cornell system requires you, the learner, to have an exam pad or a loose leaf notebook just like this one, where you can easily tear out the page if you need to. Like this. You then take your page and you draw a vertical line which is about 10 centimeters or 5 centimeters from the margin to the middle of the page, like so. This is the margin, and leave about a bit more than I have drawn here, which is about 10 centimeters from the margin, which is the red line, to maybe this point over here. When you have done that, the left hand side is where you will write the right hand side is where you will write your points, or where you will recall. And the left hand side, you will write the key words or phrases that relate to what was taught in the right hand side. All right, so the second step, in this step, you will be recording or writing down notes from a particular lesson in a paragraph form in the note-taking column, which is on the right-hand side. The learner will do this in a way whereby they capture the general ideas and concepts of a topic, while also noting down information which is new to you. In a life orientation lesson, one of those lessons might be social media. We all know how social media works. Generally, most people know what social media is and how it works, but most people do not know the negative implications or effects of social media and what they can do to a person. The learner should try to avoid using very long sentences by using abbreviations. So, for example, Instagram can be called Insta, and this will help you with learning the full term. as well as writing as neatly as possible so that you can be able to see your notes. It's also important for you to write down the relevant questions in which you find relevant to the keywords, so that when you recall, you can ask yourself those questions and be able to answer them. The third and final step is reviewing your notes within 24 hours. By doing this, you will recall better what it was said the previous day. So after each lesson, it's important for you to read through your notes or review your notes to understand them better, or to make them more understandable to you or legible to you. The learner is now at the point of using his or her left column, which is this column, to jot down ideas about the notes that are on the right column, which are keywords. You can reread these ideas that were discussed during the lesson, reflect on those ideas, and put them in your own words if you can. The learner should cover up the right-hand portion of the notes and recite the general ideas so that they know the flow and sequence of the lesson. And this will help them into internalizing and remembering and actually learning from what was taught in the lesson. Lastly, you should overlap the notes, showing only the recall column, and use this for your review. So, in conclusion, I believe that the Cornell note-taking system can provide students with an effectiveness in the organization of the thoughts that they have been taught, and give a better review in recollecting all the information that they have learned. I hope you learned something today, and I hope that you use this effective study skill in order to pass your exams.